When a woman becomes emotionally attached to someone, she rarely announces it directly. Most of the time, her feelings appear through small actions, quiet habits, and subtle changes in the way she treats that person. Many men assume that emotional attachment only becomes visible when a woman openly expresses love, but the truth is that long before she says anything, her behavior begins to reveal what is happening inside her heart. The first sign is that she remembers the little things about you. Most people forget details because they simply do not carry emotional importance. But when a woman becomes emotionally attached, even the smallest things stay in her mind. She remembers your favorite food, the movie you mentioned weeks ago, the name of your childhood pet, or the story you told her during a random conversation. What surprises most men is that she often remembers details they have forgotten themselves. This happens because emotionally attached people naturally pay attention. Your words become meaningful to her. She listens differently because you matter differently. Imagine mentioning that you have an important meeting next week. Days later, she suddenly asks how it went. You may have forgotten you even told her about it, yet she remembered. To her, it is not an effort. It happens naturally because her mind constantly creates connections related to you. When someone occupies space in her heart, they also occupy space in her thoughts. The second sign is that she becomes genuinely interested in your daily life. Many conversations begin casually, but emotionally attached women often want to know more than the surface details. She asks how your day went. She wants updates about your work, your goals, your family, and even your frustrations. She is not asking questions simply to keep a conversation alive. She is asking because your experiences affect her emotionally. If something good happens to you, she feels happy. If something difficult happens, she feels concerned. She starts becoming emotionally invested in your journey. She wants to know where you are going in life because subconsciously she imagines herself being connected to that future. This level of interest is different from simple curiosity. Curiosity fades quickly. Emotional attachment grows stronger over time. You might notice that she asks follow-up questions. She remembers previous conversations and continues them days later. This is a powerful sign because most people only do that when someone truly matters to them. She is trying to understand your world because your world has started becoming important to hers. The third sign is that she finds reasons to communicate with you. Emotionally attached women often look for excuses to stay connected. The message itself may seem unimportant. She might send a funny video, ask a random question, share a photo, or mention something that reminded her of you. On the surface, these interactions appear small, but underneath them is a deeper desire. She wants connection. The communication is not always about information. Sometimes it is simply about presence. She wants to know that you are there. She wants to feel connected, even briefly. If hours pass without hearing from you, she may wonder what you are doing. If days pass, she may feel disappointed even if she never admits it. Many emotionally attached women become experts at creating natural reasons to reach out. Instead of saying, "I miss talking to you," they send something simple and harmless. What matters is not the content of the message. What matters is the connection it creates. This behavior becomes even more noticeable when she consistently initiates conversations. She does not always wait for you. She finds ways to keep communication alive because silence feels uncomfortable when someone is important to her. The fourth sign is that your happiness genuinely matters to her. One of the strongest indicators of emotional attachment is emotional investment in another person's well-being. When a woman becomes attached, she begins caring about your happiness almost as much as her own. She celebrates your victories. She encourages your goals. She supports your dreams. She becomes excited when good things happen in your life. Even small achievements make her happy because she wants the best for you. This is different from ordinary friendliness. Many people are polite and supportive, but emotionally attached women often show deeper concern. They ask whether you are taking care of yourself. They encourage you when you feel discouraged. They notice when your mood changes. If you are stressed, she notices. If you are upset, she notices. If you are unusually quiet, she notices. And most importantly, she cares. Sometimes she may not know exactly how to help, but she wants to help. Her concern comes from emotional attachment rather than obligation. She cannot easily ignore your emotional state because your feelings have begun affecting her own emotions. The fifth sign is that she includes you in her future conversations. One of the clearest signs of emotional attachment appears when she talks about future events and naturally includes you in them. She might mention a movie coming out months later and say you should watch it together. She may discuss places she wants to visit and imagine you being there. She may talk about future plans, future goals, or future experiences that somehow involve you. Many people overlook this sign because it sounds casual. However, it reveals something powerful happening beneath the surface. Emotionally attached people naturally imagine the people they care about being part of their future. They stop viewing life entirely as an individual experience. Instead, they begin imagining shared experiences. This does not mean she is planning marriage tomorrow. It simply means that when she thinks ahead, you appear in the picture. The more emotionally attached she becomes, the more frequently this happens. Future references become natural because your presence feels natural to her. The sixth sign is that she becomes affected by distance. Emotional attachment changes the way separation feels. When a woman is emotionally attached, your absence becomes noticeable. If she does not hear from you, she notices. If you seem distant, she notices. If your communication suddenly changes, she notices. This does not necessarily mean she becomes dramatic or demanding. Many emotionally attached women hide their feelings extremely well. Outwardly they may appear calm. Internally they may be wondering why things feel different. Sometimes she checks her phone hoping to see your message. Sometimes she rereads previous conversations. Sometimes she wonders whether you are thinking about her. These reactions occur because emotional attachment creates emotional dependency on connection. She has become accustomed to your presence in her life, and any reduction in that connection becomes emotionally significant. The seventh sign is that she hides her feelings while revealing them at the same time. This may sound contradictory, but it happens surprisingly often. Many women who are emotionally attached become afraid of vulnerability. They worry about rejection. They worry about appearing too interested. They worry about risking the connection they already have. As a result, they hide their feelings. Yet emotions are difficult to hide completely. Her actions begin revealing what her words conceal. She remembers details. She checks on you. She supports you. She finds reasons to talk. She worries about you. She includes you in future plans. She notices your absence. Each action becomes a small clue. Individually, these clues may seem insignificant. Together, they create a clear picture of emotional attachment. What makes emotional attachment powerful is that it develops gradually. Rarely does someone wake up one morning completely attached. Instead, it happens through conversations, shared experiences, trust, comfort, and emotional connection. Day by day, the bond grows stronger. At first she simply enjoys talking to you. Then she looks forward to talking to you. Eventually she feels emotionally connected to you. That progression often happens so naturally that she does not fully realize it herself until her emotions become impossible to ignore. Many men make the mistake of looking only for dramatic signs. They expect grand confessions or obvious declarations. But emotional attachment usually appears through consistency rather than intensity. It is found in repeated actions, repeated concern, repeated effort, repeated attention. When someone consistently chooses to invest emotional energy into your life, it means something. Think about the people who truly matter to you. You probably remember details about them. You care about their happiness. You notice when they are absent. You want to stay connected. The same psychology applies here. Emotional attachment creates emotional priority. The attached person naturally becomes more attentive because the relationship carries emotional value. Another important thing to understand is that emotionally attached women often become protective of the connection. They do not want unnecessary conflict. They do not want misunderstandings. They become more careful because they fear damaging something important. Sometimes this causes them to overthink. They analyze conversations. They replay interactions. They wonder how you interpreted something they said. This behavior is not always visible externally, but it often exists internally. The stronger the emotional attachment becomes, the more emotional significance your opinions carry. Compliments feel more meaningful. Criticism feels more painful. Approval feels more rewarding. Your words begin carrying emotional weight. That emotional weight exists because your place in her life has become important. Another fascinating sign is that she notices changes in you before other people do. Because she pays attention, she detects subtle differences. She notices when your energy changes. She notices when your mood shifts. She notices when something feels off. Many emotionally attached women develop a remarkable awareness of the people they care about. You may tell everyone you are fine. She may be the one person who asks if something is wrong. This sensitivity develops through emotional investment. She pays attention because your emotional state matters to her. Emotional attachment also creates patience. She may forgive small mistakes more easily. She may give you the benefit of the doubt. She may remain understanding during difficult moments because she values the relationship. That does not mean she accepts poor treatment forever. It simply means that emotionally attached people often work harder to preserve meaningful connections. One of the most overlooked signs appears when she genuinely wants to understand you. She asks about your opinions, experiences, fears, dreams, and values. She is not simply collecting information. She is learning who you are. The more attached she becomes, the more she wants to understand the deeper parts of your personality. Surface conversations eventually become deeper conversations. Deeper conversations create stronger emotional bonds. Stronger emotional bonds create emotional attachment. This cycle repeats until the connection becomes meaningful enough to influence both people's emotions. At its core, emotional attachment is not about dramatic gestures. It is about consistent emotional investment over time. When a woman is emotionally attached to you but hides it, she may never directly tell you. Instead, she remembers, she cares, she notices, she supports, she worries, she includes, she stays, and sometimes those quiet actions reveal more than words ever could. The truth is that genuine emotional attachment is one of the most powerful forms of connection because it is built on attention, care, trust, and emotional presence. It is not created overnight, and it cannot be faked for long. Eventually, feelings always leave clues. And when you see these 7 signs appearing consistently, there is a strong chance that she is far more emotionally attached to you than she is willing to admit.